Hi everyone, in this video we're going to go over how to build and use a website in Shopify. Shopify is an e-commerce platform and it's used to help you start selling products online. It's an all-in-one commerce platform, meaning that the design, development and hosting is all part of this one platform. You don't need to go to anything separate like to a third party in order to start building your site. Shopify allow you to choose from a different number of themes and you can pick one that suits you and the one that you like best. So you're not exactly starting from scratch with a website. So it's good for people who don't have a lot of experience with web design or web development, but they still would like a website. In terms of pricing, so Shopify don't have any free kind of hosting plans the way WordPress or Wix would have, but you can do a free trial and see how it is, and you can sign up for free as well, and then afterwards, once you're happy with it and you realize you actually do want to continue, you would select a Shopify plan. So in order to get started, what you want to do is go into shopify.com and just go into the sign up now page to sign up for a Shopify account, and then you can get started with the website as well. Similar to Wix, it'll start asking you about your business and what your needs are. So the first thing that it'll ask you is which of these best describe you. So I'm just starting out as a business, or I'm already selling online or in person. You would just select whichever one you whichever one goes with you. Then it would ask you for where would you like to sell. And this is so it gets the functionality right. So an online store, essentially online with Shopify, an existing website or blog. So if you already have a WordPress website or a Wix website or any kind of website, you can add a buy button to the website and that'll take them to Shopify. So that means you can manage everything with Shopify, but your website will be elsewhere. You can also buy through social media, online marketplaces like Google or Amazon, in person as well, or you can say I'm not sure. For this example, we'll just do a fully online store. And then it'll ask you if you want to sell your products through dropshipping. So dropshipping just means that you're not storing the inventory yourself. So whichever one works for you. If you're not sure, that's also an option. In this one, we'll just select no. And you have an online audience or following. So this is to do with your social media, your YouTube, Instagram, Twitter, things like that, where you can sell to them. And this will help you sort of connect to those audiences as well. Next, it will ask you to name your store. And it will also, while you're typing, you'll see you get a temporary URL. And this is just to help start getting your Shopify set up. You can keep it as is, or you can replace it with a custom domain, which will probably come at a cost. Then it will ask you some business information, where your business will be located. And this will help set up default shipping rates and recommend different apps and things like that. Next thing then is to create a Shopify ID, and you can do this with your Google account, or you can connect with email, things like that. If you were to connect with email, then you can just type in your username and password, and go from there. And as you're logging in, you can see it's starting to build your store and set up the first platform in order to start using the store and adding products and things like that. Now that Shopify is set up, you'll be taken immediately back to the dashboard. So this is essentially the dashboard, and it's pretty handy. It gives you a full setup guide, so it tells you step by step what you need to do. So things like adding your product, adding your brand assets, customizing your theme, adding the custom domain, and then finally setting up Shopify payments. And the final thing you need to do then is to pick a plan in order to finally launch your site. Just to give you an overview, so you have your dashboard here. This is the store that you have. Any other stores that you can have that you build with Shopify under the account will also be in this drop down here. So you can search between stores if you have more than one store. Then you've got your home, and this is the dashboard here. Then you've got the orders tab, and within this tab is where you'll have all of your orders will show here. So things, and these are all types of orders, whether they're failed, completed, in progress, refunded, all types of orders will be done here, and it's separated into drafts and abandoned checkouts. So if there's any orders that don't go through, so for example, people will browse and they add to their carts, it tracks whether or not people continue with the checkout process or whether they've left their baskets. And then you can do things like personalizing your messaging to allow yourself to kind of send emails to customers who have items left in their basket. You can give them a discount code, or send an email to try and recover that sale, basically. The next thing then is the drafts, and these are draft orders for when you manually take orders. This is for if you take orders over the phone, email invoices, collecting payments. You can create your own orders by just clicking create draft order. Then you've got the products dashboard, and this is split into inventory, transfers, collections, and gift cards. So the actual products tab is the actual products, is where all your products will go, whether they're draft products or in-stock products, things like that. They'll all be here. Inventory, transfers, they're all part of the products dashboard. Inventory being the amount of stock you have left, and then you've got transfers, and this is basically where you can track your incoming inventory from suppliers and business locations. You don't have to use this, but it might be useful for businesses if you have the incoming transfers like that. Then you've got collections, and this is another way of saying categories, so you can categorize your products into different collections, and that's how you would assign products to a different page as well. So you've got your home page, and you might have products that you want to be shown on the home page. Then you might have a product dedicated to all the clothing items. You might have a category dedicated to the retail items, things like that, and you can have a page for all of them, and then it allows you to create sort of product conditions as well. And you can set up gift cards if you want to offer either issue a gift card or you want to let customers buy a gift card. That's also an option as well. The customers tab is everything to do with your customers, so you can add customers manually, but it'll also add customers who have purchased from your store, and that way you can keep track of if someone's been buying from your store for a long time, or if they create multiple orders, or if they have particularly large orders. You can keep track of that as well. Then you've got the analytics tab, and this kind of helps you keep track of things like total sales, sessions, so how many visitors are coming over to your site and how long are these sessions, so from like how long are they staying on your site, returning customer rate. It analyzes all of that traffic for you, which is really good because it's all in one place, in one big dashboard, and you can do reporting and live view as well. And finally, the marketing tab. This is more of a reporting feature that you can do with the analytics, and you can do it from a certain date range, and you can see like your top marketing channels and things like that. So Shopify are really good for that kind of analytics feature because it all comes in one dashboard. Then you've got your sales channels. So by default you've got the online store, and this is where you'll do things like add any blog posts, add pages, edit your themes, things like that. And then you can also do things like add apps, and this will allow you to add other sales channels like Google sales channels or Instagram or Google or Amazon, things like that. So you can see these apps here: Shopify email, Spocket for dropshipping, Printful, things like that, CJ dropshipping. You can do all that as well. So first things first, we're going to go over how to add products. So to add a new product, what you want to do is click on Add Your Products. And it'll open a blank version of the back end of a product. So to add the product, all you need to do is just go through each of the fields and add the product information. So for example, the first thing you want to add is the product title, and this is just the name of the product itself, and you can just type directly into the field, or you can just paste in the details from elsewhere. And then what you want to do is add in the product description, And you can add different things here, but you want to give a good description of the product itself, especially if it's any kind of clothing, so that people know exactly what they're buying. The next thing you want to add is the media, so images of the product, and you can add as many images as you need to. It's good to add a range of images so that you've got people can basically see exactly what it is that they're buying. You just want to click and drag it over, or you can add from a URL if that's easier, and then you can see the images being uploaded there. Next thing you want to add is the pricing, and you basically just want to add the actual cost of the price of the product that you're selling it for, and you can decide if you want to charge tax on this price or not. In this field here, you can give it a compare at price, and what that means is it'll show the price at a drop down. So this, if it's on sale, so for example, if this product is actually on sale, say it actually used to be £25, then the price of this product is 20 and the compare at price is 25. So that way 25 is going to show with a strike through, so it shows that this is it's now been made cheaper. So you want to make sure that if you do add a compare at price, it's higher than the number that you're selling it for. And then you can add a cost per item, and this is just for yourself, so you know how much each item is costing you to make, so you know how much profit you're making, and this won't be shown to the user. It's also optional to add if you wanted to. You can track the quantity as well. This is checked by default, but if not, it'll just be displayed as in stock or out of stock. If you want to track the quantity, you want to give the actual quantity here. And then you can either decide to continue selling with out of stock or not. The other thing then you can add is a barcode or an SKU code, and this can help you keep track of some of the stock items as well. And the next thing then is the shipping. So if it's a physical product, you can, if you want, add your own shipping and shipping weights. This might not be relevant for clothing if you're selling clothing, but if you're selling heavier items such as furniture, things like that, then maybe the cost to deliver might be higher. So what you want to do is add a shipping weight so you can charge more by the weight if that applies. And you can also decide if it's a product that can be shipped internationally. Shipping weight is optional to add, so you don't have to add it either. And you can also sell digital products as well. So if you're selling, for example, an ebook or video, something like that, then customers basically won't be asked to enter any shipping details. And then you want to add something called variants. So this is to add options like size or color. This is useful if you're selling clothes, because maybe the clothes come in different sizes, maybe they come in different colors. So if you click on the plus, you give the options name. So by default, they've got size, color, material, and style, as these tend to be popular options. So if you click on size, for example, then we can have different option as well. And you just type in the option values, you just type in what those sizes are. You can add as many options as you need to, and then you click done. And then what you can do is you can also add another option. So we'd added a size option, maybe we'll add a material option, and maybe the option will be cotton, polyester, and just click done. So you can add as many variants as you want. And then what that means, then you can charge differently for different variants, and then you can also give different quantities as well. So for example, the t-shirt in large and cotton maybe is £28, but maybe in polyester it's a little bit cheaper at 15, and maybe you have different options as well for each of them. What you might need to do is, if you ever come across a variant that doesn't exist, so for example, maybe the t-shirt in large only comes in cotton, it doesn't come in polyester, then what you need to do is click on the variant that doesn't actually exist, click on actions, and then you want to click delete variant, and that way that variant will be given as an option, so you're not selling anything that you don't actually have. Next thing then is listing preview. So this is essentially what this listing would look like on Google. It'll take the page title, and then it'll take the meta description. Meta description will be filled in automatically by what you add in the description box here. So you want to make sure the description that you give is really accurate and explains to the user clearly what it is, because at this point they wouldn't be on the site yet. They're on Google trying to see if this listing matches what their query is. You can give it a product status, whether it's active or draft. If it's in a draft, then it won't be shown on the front end on the store, and you can decide which sale channels it goes on to. So if you had other sales channels, say Google or Facebook, they'll be added here, and then you can decide if you want to sell those onto those platforms as well. Next thing then is the product organization, things like shirts and tops, product type, vendor, collections, and these just help organize your products. You can add it to a collection, and in which case you can add it to whether or not it's meant to be a collection on the homepage. Maybe you have a collection for t-shirts, or you maybe have a collection for apparel, but you need to create the collection first before assigning it. And that's it. Once you're done, you just click save, and that's your product live onto the site. And you can see the product's been created now. If we go back to the products dashboard, you can see we've got the product here, and it gives an overview of, the status, the t-shirt, the inventory, things like that. Next thing then you want to do is make sure you have the collection set up. So if you click on collections, what you can do then is click on create collection, and you can essentially create categories for your products. So maybe you have a collection for apparel, and then you've got description, and you want to give a description of the of this collection as well. So what kind of products are you selling in this collection? You can type it in directly, or you can just paste it in. The next thing then is the collection type. So how do you want to add products to this collection? You can do it manual, so you can manually add these products just by assigning the collection when you're creating the product, or you can do it automatically. So if a product meets a certain condition, then it will automatically be added to apparel. So for example, if the product tag is equal to apparel, then automatically that product is going to be added. Or if it costs a certain amount, if the title has a certain, or if the product tag or the product name is a certain word, then it'll automatically add itself. And you can do it if it matches all conditions, if you have more than one condition, or any condition if you have more than one condition. And this is how it looks in the listing. And again, you just want to make sure that the meta description is accurate. And then you can add an image as well, and this will just help you view the product. This is more for back end, so when you're viewing a whole bunch of collections, it's easier to see which collection stores what product, basically. And then once you're done, you just click save. And that's the collection saved as well. If you go back to apparel, you can see, if you go back to collections, you can see the different collections that we have now. The next thing you want to do is actually edit the store. So if you come down to this store tab here, you'll see all of the store options. So to actually view the site under the online store, you want to click onto this icon here, and it'll show you the site with the theme that you currently have. So you can see you've got home, we've got this image banner, and then you've got the products that we added and things like that, all added here. So what you can do first is pick a theme. So by default it adds this theme, but what you can do is scroll down and you can see there's different themes as well, and you can decide if you like these themes better. They show a few here, but what you can do is you can also visit the theme store and you can pick free. There's also some paid themes which are a bit more premium, but they also look really good as well. You can see the different themes that they have and what colors that they use, and you can do it by industry. So if you know what kind of category your site falls under, then you can do it by that. or you can pick one of the free themes as well. Once you have the theme selected, you just want to click on add to actually add the theme onto your site. And it's installing the theme now. You can see now this theme is added, this one here, and what you want to do is under the three dots, beside the three dots, you want to click publish, and that'll replace the theme that you currently have with the theme that you want. So right now we don't have a site plan, so we can't publish the theme that we want just yet. But we can just click publish just to preview it and see how it looks. And now we've got the new theme added, and we've got the old theme there as well we can switch back to. So now if we were to preview the online store, we can see we've got all the changes made, we've got the collection, and we've got some images here. So what we want to do now is actually edit some of the pages, mainly the home page. So what you want to do is go back to themes, and then what you want to do is click on customize. This will open up Shopify's customizer and allow you to actually customize the templates. So you can see here you've got the store open in preview mode, and then you've got the actual editor on the left. So it works pretty much a little bit like Wix, and it's very easy to kind of click and change the content. So for example, we've got this image and with text here. So what you want to do is click into the text box to edit it, and you see when I click into it, I can edit the text. So on the right here you can see the text content is here, and all I need to do is type in the content or paste the content that it is that I need, and I can really just add as much as I want or whatever looks good, and then you can change the body style as well if it's a text style as well. If it's a body or if it's a subtitle, it'll change the styling of it slightly. And you can do this with most things. So you can either click on the section here, or you can use this navigator on the left, so you can see each widget is listed out, and then what you can do is you can click on each widget. So for example, this button here, and then you can see what I can change. For example, I can change the button label, I can change the link, things like that. I can link to, for example, pages, and it'll then ask me to select what page. It doesn't list the home page in this example just because I'm already on the home page, and it won't link to something that's already there. You can also link to a particular collection. So if I wanted to, I can have that link go to apparel, and I can change the label to say view our apparel. And that you can see that gets changed on the website as well. And you can go through and just see what you can change. So it's a little bit restricted in Wix if you compare it to Wix, as you can't add new sections as easily. So what you can do is you can add sections just over here, and you can decide if you want a pre-designed section, whether that's a collection list, a contact form if you want to blog post, things like that. But you can't build your own sections. You can, however, take existing sections and edit them. So for example, this part here, maybe I want to add some more content. So if I click on this text here, and just hover over it, you can see it gives me a button to add block, and I can either add a heading, I can add a caption, maybe I can add a button. And you've got this one here, so you've got it's added a new button for you, already styled, and all you need to do is add all of the content. So maybe you want to link this to an About Us page, and you want to link the button onto a page, it's really important that you create the pages first so that you have something to link to afterwards. So it also means that you can change anything in the nav bar as well. So for example, if I were to change the nav bar, the header, and I click into it, you can see the header is what I've selected now, and I can change essentially if we click on header on this one here, and I can change the menu. So right now the main menu is this main menu here, and if I click into main menu, it'll allow me to change the actual navigation bar, which is on the back end. So that's taking me to the navigation bar here. So right now I've got home, catalog, contact, and what I can do is I can add menu item and call it about us, and we can add it to page, but again we need to create the page first before you add anything. So we can add the new collection that we had, so we can click add apparel, click on collection, and then click the apparel collection. You can filter the collection with tags. If not, you can just add whatever it is that you want to add. And there we go, we've got another menu option here. So now when we visit the online store, and you can see the new apparel item being added here. We've got the content, and we've got the button as well. So everything kind of adds itself quite easily, and it's all styled for you. So the only thing you need to do is update the content. So you can decide what page you're going to edit just by going to this top drop down here and click on home and click on whatever page it is that you want to edit. So right now we're editing the home page, and seeing what that's like, and then we just edit exactly what it is that we want. Once you're happy with everything, you just click save on the top right to save all of your changes. Other thing we can do then is adding the pages. So if we go into the pages tab here, we can add new pages to the website. You just click on pages. So right now we've got the contact page, and what you want to do is click on add page, and say we want to add maybe an about us page, and you want to add the page content. You also need to do the listing preview. So if you click on website SEO, you just need to add the description and the about us. It'll take the description from here, but you want to make sure that you add a description that is accurate to the page as well. It will use sort of the default pages for the theme, so you just click save to save all your content and add the new page. Now we need to add that page to the navigation bar, so we click on navigation, and you want to click on main menu because we want to add to the main menu that's in the nav bar. And then you want to click add menu item, and you want to give it the menu name or the nav bar name. And then you want to add the link. So you want to go into pages, and you want to click on about us, and just click add. And you've got the link added now, and I want to move that up slightly just below home. And just add it here, and you can make things as a drop down. So for example, if I want to add apparel as a drop down of catalog, I just put it under catalog slightly to the right, and I can move contact up if I wanted to, or I can just leave it where it is. And then when you're done, you just click save menu. If you go back to the setup guide, you can see that we've added our product, and we've customized the theme. Next thing we want to do is add a brand asset. So these are things like your logos and your colors, things like that. So if you want to add a logo, you just click on the brand logo here and just click on upload image to upload a new logo. and you just click on that to upload the image logo. And you can see the image just uploading itself here, and then once it's done you can just select that and click done. Other thing you can do is add your brand colors. So you can add a primary color, and this is the color that will appear on your store, and you can use supporting colors as well for accents and additional details. So you can add any kind of primary color if you want. You can use the color picker, or you can use the color, or you can use the hex code if you already have it, and you want to give it a contrasting color as well for any secondary colors. And then once you're done, you just click save. Next thing you want to do is set up your payments and shipping and delivery. So to set up your shipping and delivery, you just want to go into the shipping and delivery tab here, and you want to set up all of the delivery options that someone can have. So for example, one of the shipping rates is you want to manage for all your products. So these are your general shipping rates. So you want to click on manage to choose where you're going to ship firstly. So you want to set up your shipping from, and we've chosen United Kingdom. If you remember earlier when they were asking us our business information, we selected the United Kingdom. And you can then select your shipping rates. So for example, the shipping zones. So for example, the EU is one shipping zone, the international is another shipping zone, and United Kingdom is another shipping zone. And you can see underneath what countries these zones fall under. So if anyone is shipping from to any of these countries, they fall under the shipping rules that are available in the EU. If they fall under international, then they fall in the shipping zones that are international. And if their shipping zone is in the United Kingdom, then it falls under these shipping rules. And you can update these as well. So for example, for the EU one, if you click on the three dots, you can edit the zone to add or remove certain countries if they don't apply. You can also delete the zone altogether if you don't ship to that zone. And the next thing you want to do then is add any rates. So one of the rates, for example, is standard international, and it gives you like the price, the transit time, things like that. To add a rate, you just click on add rate, and you can either set up your own rate, or you can use carriers or apps to calculate the rates. But if you want to set up your own rate, you want to essentially give the transit time. Maybe that's custom flat rate, or if it's economy international, 10 to 15 business days. And then you want to add the product conditions as well, or the pricing as well. And you can add product conditions, and this can be based on item weight. So if you remember when setting up the products, if certain items are going to cost a certain amount, then what it'll do is it'll total up the weight of each product, and then it will use that to decide how much shipping, what shipping you use to add. So for example, custom rate might be extra heavy item, and this might cost say £50, and this can be based on item weight. So if the minimum weight of the total order is say 85, then, and if it's a maximum of 100, then it'll cost £50, and this will take the weight of the total products of the basket, not just of one item. And you can add different rates for different shipping zone as well. There are then countries not covered by shipping zones, and those, if anyone were to type in a shipping zone within those countries, then they'll just come up with a sorry, we don't ship to this zone message. Once you're done with all your changes, you just want to click save and make sure that you saved all your changes. Next thing you want to do is add if you wanted to, is set up local pickup. So sometimes maybe you're not ready to set up any shipping and delivery, or that's not something that you offer, but you want people to be able to buy their products and then collect them themselves in store. What you can do is go into local pickup and click into this option here. By default, it'll say it won't offer, but then all you need to do is look for the location, so shop location, and then click this location offers local pickup, and then you just want to give the rules. So these will show the rules at checkout. So usually ready in 24 hours, usually ready in 2 to 4 days, and then you want to give the order locations as well, like the information. So bring your confirmation email when you come to collect your order, bring ID, whatever it is that people need to do before they collect their order, you need to click on here as well. And then just click save, and that's your local pickup done. Next thing you want to set up is payments, so that's just in the payments tab here. So Shopify payments is a payment method that basically allows people to pay by card, credit or debit card. So in order to activate that, you just click on activate Shopify payments, and you want to give your business information basically, and submit your business information, submit your banking information, and then Shopify will then review that information and essentially set up Shopify payments that way. Other supported payment methods are PayPal and Amazon. So all you need to do is sign into your PayPal or Amazon account, and then people can use their PayPal or Amazon account to pay. You can also add other things. So if you click on add payment methods, Shopify cater for a variety of different payment methods. So for example, if you want Apple Pay or MasterCard, you just type in whatever third-party platform that you want, and then select that as a payment method, and then just follow the instructions in order to set that up. So for example, if we did that, you can search by payment method or you can search by provider. So if we, for example, Pay Sarah, for example, if you click on that, you can see you can just activate it, and it'll also tell you if you have any transaction fees and things like that. The next thing you want to select is the plan. So this is once all of your products have been added and all your site is set up and you've got locations, things like that. The next thing then you want to do is set up a plan. So you go into plan here, and right now it'll tell you the plan that you're currently in. Right now we're in the trial, and we have 2 days of that trial left, and we have no payment methods. So what you want to do is click on choose plan. And this is a list of Spotify's plans. So you have the most basic, which starts at £19, but you get 3 months for £1. So you can kind of test it out after you finish your free trial. The main difference between all of these plans are the main difference to all of these plans are the transaction fees. So all of the plans, when you use Shopify, have transaction fees for third-party payment providers. The most basic will take 2%, and the most advanced will take 0.5%. So the more advanced your plan is, the less transaction fees there will be. However, you also get different features like the reporting as well. So the reporting is a lot more professional and is a lot more automated, and you also have different control over how many staff members are part of your account. So if you have lots of different staff members that need access to the website, instead of one login being able to access it, you can have up to 2, up to 5, up to 15. It just depends on what how many you would need and your overall business needs. What you can do is start off with the most basic, and then from there you can upgrade if you need to. If you realize actually you need more professional reports, you need more staff members, the transaction fees are too high, you can always upgrade to Shopify or advanced plan. But essentially you just choose the plan that you want, and then just go through the checkout methods as well, methods as well. You can choose to be billed yearly or monthly. It's recommended with yearly because then you get the free plan as well. Or with the monthly, you can pay 1 month £1 a month for the first 3 months, and then it's £25 a month. So you can choose which billing cycle you want, and then you just want to fill in your business address, and then you want to add your payment methods, and that is your Shopify plan essentially all set up. The other thing that you might want to do is add a domain. So this, you can buy a custom Shopify domain through Shopify itself. So for example, if you type in whatever domain that you want, if it's available, Shopify will say it's available. You want to look for a domain that is obviously user-friendly and is available through Shopify. So for example, if you were to click it'll show you the most popular, and it'll show you other extensions as well, and it'll show you the price. So for example, the one that I just typed in is $17 a year. So it's actually unavailable, so it's already been bought, but it'll show you other extensions as well that are available, and you can show Next 10 as well. You can buy a custom domain, or you can stick with the domain that Shopify already gave you when you first started. So if you click on domains, this is the domain that we currently have. You can keep that, or you can just create a new one. You can also connect an existing domain. So if you already have a domain that you bought through, for example, GoDaddy, Namecheap, 123reg, all you need to do is type in the name of the domain that you have, click next, and then it'll show you some instructions to verify that domain. So for example, you want to click on follow settings, and you can see it shows you how to connect to a third-party domain, either by video or you can read through the text as well. Once you've connected everything, you just need to click on verify connection to verify that the domain is connected to the site and the domain is set up correctly. Within this section here, you can set up your billing information. So once you have your plan all set up, you can manage your payment methods, you can manage your subscription, and you can upgrade or downgrade your plan if you need to, all in this billing section here. You can change the currency. All of this will be set up whenever you first answer the questions that Shopify asked you in the beginning. So it's really just ensuring that you have the right billing subscription here, and then you have the right payment methods as well. Other things you can do is users and permissions. So by default, you can only add 2 staff with the basic plan. So you have the store owner here, and then you can add staff, and this will essentially allow other users to come and edit your site. You can, if you click on add staff here, you just need to give them their first name, last name, and their email, and then you need to set up their permissions. So by default, you can select all, so they'll have access to everything, but maybe you only need them to edit the online stores, so you just give them access to the online stores, or maybe they're allowed to add in the products, so you can really customize what people can use and do on your site to make it a bit more safer and make it a bit more easier to give access to your site. Transferring ownership. So right now this site is under under the account that we set up, but we can transfer ownership so it's under another person's account if that's something that you ever need to do. If you go into store details, you can see this is where you'll update your store details, and you can update sort of like the industry if you want to update the basic information as well. and you can do something like update the order ID format. So this will basically be shown on the orders page. So you can customize your ID by giving it a prefix or a suffix, and the IDs will be added that way. So you can really customize how you present the site to customers as well. Other thing that's important is the notifications tab. So this is essentially what notifications will be sent. Things like the order confirmation. So that's obviously going to be sent to the customer after they place their order. Order cancelled, order refund. These are all notifications that will be sent to the customer, and you can decide if you want to have them enabled or not. You can also edit them. So for example, if you have local pickup selected, what you can do is you can edit the message that it says. So you can see subject, your order is ready for pickup, and you can send test emails, so you can see how that would look like on the customer's ends of things. The other thing you can do is actually edit it. So if you click on edit code, you can edit the code of your website and essentially edit the text. This might be not something you might want to do if you don't have a lot of experience, but essentially you just look for the content that you want to change. So for example, we want to change order status, or if you want to remove certain things, you just remove it from the code. But again, if it's not something that you're comfortable with, or if you don't have a lot of experience in development, I would avoid editing the code altogether. But it's set up professionally. All the information will be there. All the instructions will be there as well, so you don't need to worry too much about editing the content, and it'll take the colors from your theme as well. But all these are the notifications, and you can decide which notifications are meant to go where and who they're meant to go to as well. And that's it. That's basically all the basics of how to set up a site in Shopify. So again, unlike Wix, you don't get the free plan, but you do get like a 3-day free trial, and then you can sort of upgrade and downgrade your plan afterwards if you decide to get it. They have lots of professional templates that you can use. It's very easy to kind of edit those. You might not have full flexibility, but you do have enough flexibility where the site will look good and display the products exactly where you want it to. They have lots of integrations to different third-party apps, so you don't have to just have the online store as a sales channel. You can also have like Instagram or other stores as sales channels as well. So it's really good in that sense.